Breaking news coming out of the Ministry of Defense. We now head live to Washington, D.C. to hear the topic at hand. Hello, everybody. Thank you for coming out this evening, as today we are going to talk about the major Overwatch character named Pharah. Now, before we do talk about Pharah, there is something I need to discuss about her, and the first thing is... What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Three-man broadcast here. I'm your host, Hardy Snipe, and today we're going to be doing another episode of Overwatch character analysis. This time we're looking at the Egyptian goddess, the beautiful Pharah, who is a aerial threat in this game because she does have jetpacks, and she is the biggest aerial threat in the game because she's probably the only aerial threat in the game. But anyways, it does bring, with Pharah, when you always have a Pharah on a team, it does bring another dimension into Overwatch, or on your team rather, and that's through the skies. I mean, pretty much when she's up there, she's pretty much, you know, insane. She can fly around, do whatever, blah, 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 you know, all that good stuff. So, without further ado, let's get right into the abilities. First off, she has her main gun, I guess a rocket gun. I guess I don't know what to call it, rocket blaster. But the rockets are pretty much her go-to weapon, and it has high damage with 120 damage per shot, which is insane to have as a rocket thing. But rockets are pretty much high-dealing weapons into themselves. Her main ability, which is the jets, which gives her advantage over most players. Yes, the jets are pretty much her main, you know, difference between other characters in Overwatch, is that the jets that she has on her back can make her fly up in the air and do some pretty amazing things. She can go over, you know, buildings, just like Widowmaker with her, I forgot what it's called, her, like, tightrope, I guess, her latch that she can latch on to buildings and crawl up on. But Pharah can just fly over buildings, which is an amazing thing to do. And it does give her advantage of most players, especially like Bastions and, you know, Bastions and Reinhardts that have to show up. She can just fly over them, behind them, and just is a very good flanking type, you know, type player, in my opinion. She's a very good flanker. And next we have the Concussive Blast, which is a great, just like Bastion in the last episode, it's a great, you know, great group stopper. You know, if a group is coming at you, you just Concussive Blast, and pretty much everybody will get sent flying in all directions, which is a pretty cool thing to do. And it separates groups, like I said, as well. And then we finally get into her last ability, which is the ultimate, her ultimate, which is a rocket barrage, is what she calls it. And it has 30 rockets, each with a damage of 40 damage per rocket, which is just insane to think about. 40 rockets coming all at you all at once. I mean, just that many is just insane. Now we're going to go into the opinion section, which is the first time we've ever done this. But my opinion on Pharah is that I think it is so weird when I first played as her in this game, is that it's so mind-blowing to me that she's in the attacking category. I mean, she doesn't seem like an attacking type player from her abilities, because I mean, if you look at her jets, she can, you know, look over an objective and pretty much just rain down on it if she wants to. She has a Concussive Blast to where if an attacker comes on it, she can blast them away on top of that. And then also, the barrage is so good that when a team is capturing a point, she can just blow it down and it'll completely decimate the whole point, which is insane. Is insane to me that she's not a defensive type player, but they put her in the attacking category. Another thing I like to address as well is that I believe, in my opinion, that Pharah should not have been 1-star, but on top of that, she should have been at least a 2-star type character. Because, I mean, just her rockets alone and just the way she flies around is so damn difficult to hold down. Her flying ability and her rocket ability are so damn difficult to hold down, especially her ultimate, which we can get to in the tips section. But her ultimate ability is so damn difficult to put down as well that I believe instead of being a 1-star, she should be upgraded to at least a 2-star as well. And without further ado, let's get right into the tips as well. Tip number 1, and we're going to go right into the main weapon. Aim the rockets to where they're going, where you think they're going, where the enemy is going to go, not where they're going, not where they're at the present. The difficult thing about her rockets is that when you shoot it, the rockets pretty much takes time to get to an enemy. It's not like a machine gun where if our Bastion's turret where you shoot somebody and instantly damages them. No, the rocket takes time to travel over a certain distance, and pretty much if you're aiming at somebody and you shoot at them and they move away, pretty much majority of the time you're going to miss it. You're going to miss the enemy. So make sure when you're in the rocket section, make sure to, or when you're shooting with the rocket, make sure to shoot them where do you think they're going to be going, not to where they're going to be at. And I think that's why the Overwatch, or Blizzard rather, gave Pharah such a high damage with the rockets, because you have to think about where you're going to aim your shots at. rather than, oh, I'm just going to shoot this guy and he's going to be down. No, you have to aim it with, and if you aim it right, you'll get high damage on a certain player. Tip number 2, use your jetpacks very, very wisely as an escape route. Yes, the rockets are great to, you know, have a one-up on certain players or certain enemies or type things, but basically for me, I believe that the rockets should be also be used for that reason, but also to be used as an escape route. Let's say you're getting, you know, surrounded. A jetpack can easily get you out of a sticky situation at any moment, and most enemies won't even see it coming. You know, they'll be shooting at you, you know, because pretty much most characters in Overwatch, they shoot straight forward. But let's say they're shooting at you and you just flash right there, it's going to take a second for them to realize, like, hey, he or she's up in the air, I got to shoot at him up there now instead of shooting straight at where I was going to shoot him at. So, and before you know it, if you do escape with the jetpack, you'll be gone before they even know it. Tip number 3, use your concussive blast wisely. I know it's a low ability that she has, probably one of the lowest abilities that she has, but it can pretty much block out a whole team from an objective. That's why, in the opinion that I gave, I believe she should be a defensive type character. Is because she can break a team formation at any moment with the concussive blast as well, which is just crazy for me to think about. Like, just that one blast is going to just send out a whole team area. It's different from Bastion because Bastion can just mow down people, but with her, she pretty much just separates everybody if she wants to. And finally, tip number 4, use your rocket barrage very, very wisely. Like I said, Pharah should be a 2-star. Pharah should be a 2-star type character just because of her ultimate ability alone. To have to use her ultimate in such a great way is a tough thing to ask for, because for one, you're pretty much, when your ultimate starts, pretty much going to be up in the air for about a second before the rocket barrage comes in, and that is enough time for an enemy to scout you out and pretty much shoot you down from the sky before your ultimate even begins with one rocket to the ground. So pretty much, the ultimate ability is a damn difficult thing to put down, but only use it in groups, in my opinion. Only use it in groups as well, but it can also be used, I believe it can be used in 1v1 situations when you're in a tough pickle as well. Let's say if somebody on the other team uses their ultimate ability, just like a Bastion tank for an example. If they tank comes out, you can pretty much dominate him in the air with the rocket barrage, because your damage with the rocket barrages are going to do more damage than probably a tank will in any given battle. And also, when you're using ultimate ability, make sure to use it in a wide area of the map. Her rocket barrage is mostly just the whole screen, pretty much your TV screen, I guess, or pretty much the vision of what you're seeing at. That rocket barrage is going to cover that whole entire screen to where you're going to have it at. So make sure when you're going to get ready to use ultimate, make sure to scout out the area, or if you know the map well, use it to in a part of the map to where it's a wide amount of area and the enemy is all around you. Because you can also turn. I forgot to say, you can turn with the rocket barrage. It's not in one direction. You can turn left, right. Only in the certain vision you can turn left and right. So use the rocket barrage wisely. Make sure to use it in a safe position, or if you do not use it in a safe position, you will get shot down very, very easily. And guys, that'll be it for these tips on Overwatch character analysis of Pharah. Now, before we do the ending, as you can see on the screen, we do have, from the last episode, the hero gallery, and as you can see, Pharah's name is now lit up because we have done her on this episode. Bastion's as well will be in the annotations on his name, and Mercy's as well on her name. And that'll be it for this episode. If you enjoyed this Overwatch character analysis, click the like button as well. If you have any comments or disagreements or agreements about this character, make sure to comment down below as well. If you're new around here to the channel, do not forget to hit that subscribe button, and make sure if you enjoyed the video, click the like button as well. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in a later episode. Take care, everybody.